Hey guys, this is Nancy on. Today I'm going to talk about the emotional roller coaster. I actually got a request for this one, and I know it's something that every network marketing business talks about because it's so common for new people to go through this. And I guess what I'm trying to say is, especially within your first 2 years or first year, it's going to be the hardest because imagine going into something that is so new to you. You've never been a business person, or you've never really had to deal with a lot of people before. And that's kind of speaking from my personal experience. That's what happened to me. A lot of the things that I was facing, a lot of things I was dealing with, and you know, encountering, it was things that I've never had to encounter before because my whole life I've been very kept to myself. I never really needed to work with anyone, and I've never really worked in a group environment. So when you're in a network marketing business and it's new to you, it's gonna be a lot of things that will shock you that you don't expect. But if I'm gonna help you guys overcome it, I think the first thing you need to know what to expect. Your first year, you're gonna get rejections. You're gonna get people who misunderstand your intentions. And that's normal because you're just learning this thing. And you're not going to be perfect at your invites. You're not going to be perfect at approaching people. And sometimes when you do it wrong, people get the wrong idea. They misunderstand you. They think you have other intentions, and they're going to put you down because you're relaying the information incorrectly. And that's okay. It doesn't mean for you not to do it. It doesn't mean for you to have to get it perfect before you go and approach somebody, because that's the only way you can learn, right? So just understand that there will be people who just aren't going to understand you right off the bat. And you will get better though. And once you get better, your rejection rate will actually get lower. And right now, when I talk to people, even if they say yes or they say no, to me, it's like the same thing. I would like them to say yes, but if they say no, it doesn't bother me at all, because I know now that sometimes it's just not the right timing for some people. And when it's not the right timing, it's not really because of you, it's because it's just not the suitable time for them. But if it is because of you, because you invited incorrectly and they became negative, you could always get better at that. You could always learn how to do it correctly so you don't have to face that as much. But can you avoid it entirely? The answer is no, because this business will test your discipline. It will test your willpower. It will test your emotional strength. And you have to go through these things and you have to overcome them for you to go on to the next level. I look at business and life and everything as like a game. You have to pass certain challenges and certain obstacles in order for you to advance to the next round. And you can't get promoted to the next rank if you can't overcome your first set of challenges that comes with, starting a business. So your first year, just know that you're gonna get people who will say no to you. You're gonna meet your first few haters or whatnot, people that you may expect to support you in this business or support your new venture may not, and you may be shocked. And that shock factor usually is what throws us off. But if you know that it could happen, and it could be anyone, it could be even someone that you're close to or a family member that you expect to support you, and if they don't, usually it's because they don't understand exactly what you're doing and they have a misconception of it. And not everyone is willing to hear it out right off the bat. So my suggestion is to just stick with it and keep going, and you have to have tunnel vision, and you can't let these things hold you back, because whether you do this or whether you do anything else, you're going to have people who don't agree with you. You're going to have people who think something else will be better for you. But you have to make your choice for yourself. I wouldn't be where I'm at today if I listened to everyone's opinions, or if I listened to people putting me down or saying that I wasn't good enough for this, or this wasn't good enough for me, or this is not my cup of tea. They're not going to be the ones to know that, because they're not me. And we have to be strong enough to make our own choices and stick with them. And don't let every opinion get to you like that, because how can you succeed in any avenue if you have to listen to everybody else's point of view, when all that really matters is how you feel and what sits right with you? And I have a list right here. I really do recommend that if you're brand new, listen to this audio CD that I actually listen to and a lot of network marketers listen to. It's called Building Your Network Marketing Business by Jim Rohn. He actually breaks everything down your first year. Everyone that you're going to encounter, the type of people you'll be working with, people who will get distracted, people that will convince your team, negative things and not to do it. I mean, it kind of just like warns you of all the things you will face in the first year. But your first year will be the hardest. Once you make it past your first year, it gets easier because it's like anything after you watch like the same scary movie 3 times or twice, it's not going to be scary anymore because you're expecting that ghost to jump out of that closet. Like you just know. So it's like the same concept. Once you have a picture painted out for you, you won't feel scared anymore and you won't feel hurt anymore. You'll just be numb to the things that, usually would set you back for a while. And don't sweat the small things because it's not worth it to sacrifice your ultimate goal. I mean, you joined this business for a reason, and you always have to remind yourself what that reason is. And for the most of us, we're doing this to help our families. We're doing this to, have a better future and to just change our lives. But a lot of times, the people that you may be doing this for are the people who don't support you. And that's okay. I mean, that's what happened with me when I first started the business. I didn't want to be that child that was just so bad and never succeeded in anything. And I wanted to be able to one day give back to my family and to help them if they ever needed me. But I would have never had that opportunity or that ability had I not succeeded in this business. And at that time, my parents didn't understand. My closest friends didn't understand. They just thought I was getting tricked into something, and that's okay because their concern came from a legitimate place. Like they were obviously concerned about me, and it got kind of hostile because they were so protective. And I understood that, but I didn't let it stop me. I understood it, I appreciated it, but I didn't let it stop me. And I couldn't live with that type of negativity because when you're negative and you let the people around you be negative, it's going to affect your mindset. It's going to affect your aura, it's going to affect the way that you feel. And in this business, it's all about building relationships. And people are just not going to be drawn to you if you have a negative vibe about you, if you have a negative aura about you. Like those people you just want to get away from. You don't even want to be around them. So how can you build a successful business or even build a team or sign people up if you're always down and you're always letting things get to you? You have to just be rock solid in your belief in the company, in the industry, and build on your rock solid belief in yourself, because ultimately people follow you because they believe that you're confident. They believe that they're signing up because you know where you're going. And you have to build upon that. And every single day you have to work on that. And every time you let a rejection get to you or you let someone negative get to you, it's like you're building on your confidence and then you're taking steps back. And people can see that. They could feel that. So your prospects and your clients, they won't be drawn to you. They won't want to join you. So always keep that in check. I don't want this business or my business to be affected by external factors, So don't let negativity around you get to you, and especially don't let yourself get to yourself, because a lot of times we doubt ourselves, and it's natural because maybe we're just used to doing that. But hey, we joined this business for a reason, and I think we should stick to that reason and don't let petty things get to you. We go through this stuff regardless anyways. I mean, even if you weren't doing this type of business, do you not think you'll have challenges in life? You still will. You're still going to have your bills. You're still going to have people, bringing drama into your life. It's just living. It's just a part of life. Don't make it such a big deal just because it's all of a sudden related to your business now. Because think about it. Let's say that you weren't going to pursue this path. and you decide to pursue something else, you're still going to have people that don't necessarily agree with it. And the only thing I think that can please other people is if you do what everyone else does, which is, get a 9 to 5, live by the book. And honestly, if that makes you happy, by all means do it. But for most of us, we just convince ourselves that it makes us happy. And if it really doesn't like fulfill your ultimate dreams, you're basically sacrificing that to satisfy the opinion of others. And I just don't think it's worth it. That's just not the type of person I am. Some people are okay with that, and that's fine, but that's just not me. And for the most part, if you joined this business, you obviously saw something here that you felt was worth it. Don't let the petty little things like hold you back, because that's not business related. For the most part, I think people go through emotional stuff not because of their business, not really because of it, but mainly because of like personal stuff that happens outside of the business. And I just don't think you should mix the two. Like if you're going through some problems, with something personal, don't harm your business because of it. If you think of any other business out there, let's say like you own a Starbucks or something, just because you have a fight with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, do you think you're not gonna, open the doors that day? Or you're not gonna sell coffee that day? Or you're not gonna pay your employees that day? Business is not gonna stop just because you're going through stuff. And you should treat this business the same exact way, that you should not mix your personal issues with your business because it doesn't deserve to be mixed into it. Your people on your team don't deserve to see you like that because they are your business. A company or any type of organization consists of people, and these people is your business. So you don't want it to affect them just because you're going through your own stuff. And just keep in mind that, this is what I do. Whenever I go through stuff, I'm human too. I'm obviously a female, and I go through, things that regular females in their 20s go through. I go through the same stuff. But every time it gets hard, I just tell myself, this is a test. And am I going to pass this test? I always ask myself, will I pass this test? Obviously, something is testing me, whether you guys believe in the person above or something bigger than you. I always ask myself, this is a test, and am I going to pass it? What decision, how am I going to react to this to make sure that I don't go backwards and I continue to move forward? Because even every bad thing, like it could seem really bad, but when you overcome it, I've never overcame something bad that didn't have a good result at the end of it. I always became stronger, wiser, and I'm able to keep that lesson with me to share it with my teammates who may be going through it. You go through it because you can handle it, and I totally believe in that. So let's say you're going through challenges in your business right now. Don't try to change the fact that you still love this business, Just change the way that you're handling these challenges, because by becoming successful, I can almost guarantee that all those challenges wouldn't be there. Like, I can't think of anything, like, other than certain things that, that's out of your control. But in terms of most of our problems, what is it? It's financial problems, it's, people problems, or whatever it is. If you had money, you can get away. You could live on your own. You could support yourself. You could make your parents proud. You could make yourself proud. You could build your self-esteem. You could do so much more when you are successful, as opposed to if you weren't. Your bills would be paid for. You could do what you want whenever you want, and no one would hate on you when when you make it. They're just hating right now because, they're still going to hate on you when you make it. Like I said, you can't please everyone at any time. But a lot of times we just need to stick with this business, stick it through, and just know that it'll be worth it. Because I went through it and I passed all these tests. I had to pass multiple tests to get to where I'm at. And a lot of people always ask me, what's your secret? What's your best advice? All I can say is that you have to overcome a series of challenges to advance to the next level. And it is what it is. If you keep avoiding it, it'll just keep coming back and it'll repeat itself over and over and over. And just remember that just don't ever quit. And this stuff happens to everyone. You're not the only one. We all have personal problems. It's not going to go away whether we do this business or not. And we might as well make it worth it. And at the end of it, trust me, the reward at the end of the tunnel is so much more bigger than all these little petty things that we tend to sweat about. So that's my how I feel about the emotional roller coaster. It's just part of the journey. Might as well embrace it and don't dwell on the little things because it's not worth it. So hopefully that helped you guys. I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye.